from my friends to Mariella. Cheer up, my friends, cheer up, my friends, we'll make you smile. Hit like and subscribe, hit like and subscribe, please do this now. Let's have some fun, let's have some fun while we talk and share. Enjoy our show, enjoy our show, we'll have a great time. Yay! Welcome to Flamingo Night from Mariella! Hello everyone, welcome to our very special show today.
It is Flamingo Night.
Oh, yes. Do you want to see our flamingos? Merri has one, and so do I, right there. And of course, we look festive today. Well, anyways, we will let everyone know about the history of pink flamingo parties. So the so-called pink flamingo parties started in 1996 when Vista Avenue resident Robin Weddell, Weddell, W-E-D-E-L-L, Weddell, Robin Weddell, decided to get to know her neighbors. On the day of the party, the pink flamingos are placed in the host's front yard. The parties are always outside, and this was July 30th, 2012. This is when somebody wrote the little history, history. Yes. But the party itself started in 1996. So hooray to Robin Weddell! Yay. We are now even having night parties. Flamingo night parties.
You know, sometimes you're new in a neighborhood, you don't know half your neighbors, and you just send invitations out and you get to meet your neighbors.
Sometimes you don't know a single neighbor, not a single one.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a perfect thing. You write out the invitations and you send them to your neighbors, and then, well, you say we're having a terrific outdoor. Well, flamingo parties are always outdoor parties. Of course, you would host a party like that during daytime, because you don't know your neighbors, you want to meet your neighbors.
And Ella, thank you for hosting. She went through a lot of trouble. She made a wonderful meal for everybody.
You get to see the flamingo cake that I made. The first time ever, I never ever made a flamingo cake.
Such a sweet tooth. I love my desserts, so I'll be happy.
Yes, so that was the first time. Next year, I'll make a different one. I'll probably get the little wire and make sure that the neck and the head is sticking out.
Oh.
So I'll get creative, but this is obviously the first time, and the cake really looked tasty, so I decided to make it. So every year, I will make a cake, flamingo cake, when we host our party. So for the time being, it's a flamingo night. We expanded the day party, the flamingo day. We expanded it and made it into a night flamingo party, so it's flamingo night.
That's right. Definitely. Well, now this is going to lead us to our next segment.
See you in a little bit. Oh, hi everyone. So today I'm making my favorite dish, beef stroganoff. Of course, that's a meat lover's dish. I have about approximately 5 pounds of round diced beef. I just poured a little bit of olive oil at the bottom of the pan, and I was browning it. I'm going to toss in about 1.5 to 2 cups of diced onions. I love the taste of onions. Onions are so good for you, so I have quite a bit of it over here, quite a bit of diced onions, as you can see. And now I'm going to be browning the onions. Brown the onions. I'm going to add some garlic, and I love the taste of garlic, so I'm going to place about this much. Well, you know, it's up to you how much you want, but I'm going to, that's probably like about 1/3 of a cup or half a cup. Now I'm going to have adding bay leaves, so I'm going to add about let me see, about 5 bay leaves. I'm going to also add thyme leaves, about a tablespoon. Marjoram, I will add 1 teaspoon of marjoram. And now I already combined the 1 tablespoon of thyme leaves and marjoram. So I'm going to just sprinkle it right over the top of the beef. And now I'm going to brown it some more. So I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. Okay, so almost all of the water already evaporated. About 5 cups of water you want. Okay, now it's beginning to look like beef stroganoff. And now I'm going to add portobello mushrooms, but you can use your favorite kind of mushrooms. And that's a pound of mushrooms. So I'm putting all the mushrooms. I love the taste of mushrooms. Mushrooms are really nutritious. You can read up all about mushrooms. So we got onions and mushrooms. We got plenty of veggies over here, all the spices and beef. And this is smelling so good. I wish you were here to smell it. So now I'm going to simmer it and until the beef is nice and tender, very tender. So now I'm just going to put the cover on it and simmer it until the beef is nice and tender. And I'm going to add some more water. So I added 5 cups so far, but now I'm going to add the 6th cup right here. And let me enhance the flavor. I'm going to use beef base. This is beef base. Okay, right? What I'm doing is making it taste much better. Okay, so I think I'm going to add 1 more cup. So that makes it 8 cups. 8 cups of water. There we go. Wow, that's a lot of beef stroganoff. So now I'm about to put the lid on it and right there and let it simmer. So this was the fat that was trimmed off the beef and rendered, cooked. And so here I have all the fat that I'm going to use to make the roux. But the fat, this is pretty much almost like bacon fat. This is good because it's going to make your roux taste really, really good. And once you place it in here, see the beef stroganoff is simmering now to thicken up. I don't know. I think I should probably put a little bit more flour. So I'm going to add a little bit more flour right here. This is more like it. See, now it's beginning to look like roux. Place it right in here. Okay, once it's cooked, then I will place it in here and thicken up the beef stroganoff. And it's simmering nicely, as you can see. And now, gotta toss it in. Woo, there you go. Okay, it's beginning to thicken. I will add the pepper right here. So the pepper you add to taste. I mean, some people really add quite a bit of pepper, but I like to go light on pepper, as I mentioned before in one of my videos. So I will just add a little bit of pepper. And there's no need to add any salt, so I'm not adding the salt. I'm just going to add the pepper. And then when it cools off, the sour cream will be the last item. And now here comes the sour cream. Woo, look at that. This is going to be very, very tasty. Then I'm just going to cook the noodles. And this beef stroganoff will be served on top of the noodles. Cook the noodles, egg noodles, place them on a plate, and use a ladle. There you have beef stroganoff. It's still soupy, so I'm going to add a little bit more roux to it. I'm going to use butter. But this is pretty much all done. Okay, so we will serve it tomorrow. But like I said, it's my favorite meat lovers dish. Go into details so that your beef stroganoff comes out just as good. Bon appetit, smacznego, bon appetit! Hi everyone, so guess what I'm making today? A nice flamingo cake. A nice flamingo night get together with Merri and cameraman and my husband. So here I am making this tasty, what looks like a very tasty cake. The cake mix, vanilla cake mix. and the Jello, 3-ounce package of Jello. I'm using black cherry Jello, but you can use cherry or black cherry. And 3/4 of a cup of buttermilk, and the same amount of vegetable oil, 3/4 of a cup of vegetable. And vanilla, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, but as you can see, I used about a couple of teaspoons. And last 3 items are the eggs, 3 large eggs. Now I'm going to use the blender, my mixer, hand mixer, and blend it all up. And once it's all blended up, once the batter is nice and smooth, I will transfer it into a 13x9 pan. And I use butter because it's supposed to be greased lightly. I will place it in the oven and bake it at 350 preheated oven. I'm preheating the oven right now. And I will bake it for half an hour or so until the toothpick comes out clean. So I just got done mixing it. Look at the color, looks beautiful, nice and pink. And so it smells pretty good. And so now I'm ready to transfer the batter into the pan, the baking pan right here. So the flamingo cake is nicely baked and it smells so good. And now I'm making the fruit frosting for it, okay? Ended up getting a 20-ounce can of crushed pineapple and a 15-ounce can of mandarin oranges, and this jar of cherries, maraschino cherries, that's 16 ounces. But of course, I only used half of, well, the cherries, I used a lot of them. And I'm going to use these for decoration. But you're supposed to cut them in half because I couldn't get the ones that were already cut in half, so I had to cut them myself. And as you can see, everything's in here. It's supposed to be 8 ounces, 18-ounce can of maraschino cherries, and also an 8-ounce can of crushed pineapple. Also, you are supposed to reserve 1/4 of a cup of a maraschino cherries juice, and it's I sprinkled some French vanilla Jello. And you don't have to use the French vanilla. The recipe calls for the vanilla Jello, instant Jello mix. Okay, that's the pudding mix. Okay, that's the pudding mix, the Jello pudding mix. So what you do, you combine all the fruit, all of it, and then just sprinkle the pudding mix, and that's all you have to do. Just mix it in, add Cool Whip, and the recipe calls for 16-ounce container of Cool Whip. Okay, and then once I fold in, so this is all mixed in here, the cherries, I chopped up the oranges or mandarins, the mandarin oranges, I chopped them up, and the crushed pineapple, I somewhat drained it. So, and now, all I have to do is just add Cool Whip, right there. Just add the Cool Whip. Oopsie. Okay, I'm holding the camera with one hand, so I'm making a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. I'll mix it all in and add that quarter of a cup of cherry juice right there, and that came from the jar. So all you need to do now is mix it all in, and then I'm going to be ready to frost my cake. Ooh, this is really smelling good. But, and then I will spread it over the cake. So I'm back, and guess what? This frosting came out really great. It's so tasty and so very light and low sugar, and you can make your cake look like this, or look like this. I made a cute flower over here using mandarin oranges and, of course, maraschino cherries. They're yummy, yummy, yum. We're going to dig in tomorrow. So take care, everyone.
Now we're going to make our punch for our flamingo party. So let's begin. All right, we're first going to start off with a 1-liter bottle of either Sierra Mist or Sprite. So here we go. And since this is a 2-liter, I'm only going to fill it up halfway. There we go. All right, we're done with that. Next, we're going to do 1 liter bottle of club soda. So here we go. Actually, since I'm doing a half of a recipe, we're going to do half of it. Okay? All right. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a half a can of fruit punch from a can. All right. Next, we're going to do a half a can of pineapple juice from a can. And also, too, these have to be thawed. A little bit of an ice chill to it is nice, but having it being thawed is really nice. All right. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to need 6 to 8 scoops of raspberry sherbet ice cream. Now with this, they advise you to scoop it up maybe the morning or the night before, and basically put some plastic wrap, and then basically you can put it in a muffin tin like I just did here. So we're basically going to just take a couple of these scoops here. All right. All right, and then for garnish, you can use fresh or frozen raspberries, but we're improvising today. We're going to do cherries. So here we go. Very good. And they also say to have pineapple slices, canned, cubed, whatever you prefer. And this is all just for a nice decorative touch here to make it look more tropical. Bye-bye. And now for the finished product. Ella, what did you make?
Well, I made my favorite dish, beef stroganoff. So there you go. And of course, we have the recipe. Cameraman's including the recipe. And I also made the flamingo cake. Right there, everyone. Flamingo cake. We got the 2 flamingos and the pink candle, Yankee candle. And I made it for the first time, Merri.
Well, and it looks great. I can't wait to dig right in.
Oh, yeah. The first time ever I made it. So I'm going to make one every single year because there are so many recipes out there.
Oh, I'd love to try
I might even come up with my own recipe one of these years.
Maybe. And also, I made the punch. There it is. It's starting to melt already, as you can tell. But here we go. We have a nice little punch glass here.
That looks yummy. And, let me taste it, Merri.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Flamingo.
To the flamingo.
Cheers, flamingo night.
Happy flamingo night, everybody.
These are the last words. Well, Merri, so I have bird's milk over here.
Bird's milk.
And it's chocolates that are made with bird's milk.
Bird's milk?
Well, that's just the way they're this is just the way they're named.
I never heard of such a thing. Bird's
That's
milk.
It's vanilla flavor marshmallow in dark chocolate. They're
how do
absolutely.
you pronounce that, Ella?
Well, you say ptashem mleczko. That means bird's milk. I translate
Oh,
it. Translate it.
interesting.
But of course, it's not made with bird's milk.
Oh.
It's just a cute way of saying it. Look at all the birds. We got the canaries. We have all kinds of orange and pink birds on here. And so here, Merri, so let's end our beautiful, we'll be having our, here, Merri. Oops, I'm just going to put this one right. You have
good
one.
to me.
And these are yummy, yummy, yum.
Cheers.
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 Bird's milk. Cheers, chocolates. Cheers. Flamingo cheers. Well, take care, everybody.
Just take care.
And we hope you enjoyed our show and stay safe.
Yes, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for our next exciting video.
Mm-hmm.
And please comment. Comments mean so much to us.
Oh, yes.
Take care, and that's all, folks.
And happy Flamingo night to everyone, too.
Happy Flamingo.